are now listening to the 10 Degrees podcast.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. You want to beef with the pod? What is you gonna do? We coming up live and we with the crew. We talking stuff and we do what it do. You know what it is. You know how I'm feeling. 10 degrees and you know we stay killing. I'm acapella. Straight from the dome. Okay. I'm about to kick it to the next one and then we going on. Let's go.
Oh, it's 10 degrees.
10 degrees, baby.
You already know who I be. They call me Mr. Sideways or Mr. Ogo Speak. From the CLT.
Okay.
It's 10 degrees, baby. You already know what it be. Pass it to the guest one time.
Let's get it.
Go ahead and spit your rhyme.
I'm here. I'm here.
That's all that matters. That's a bar enough right there, man.
That bar hit hard too.
10 degrees,
It's
baby.
10.
You know what it is, man. Back on 10. Always is one half of the host, Love Akeem, host with the most, man, on all platforms, man. Passing it to the birdie.
It's Mr. O, period. Mr. Sideways. Mr. You can't take him nowhere.
And you can't. And I'm going to always co-sign it.
Yeah,
you
gotta
can't take this
co-sign
man
that.
nowhere. You can't, man. Where can they find us at, though?
Man,
Come
it's
on,
Akeem in 0704. If you can't find it, it's 10 degrees.
10 degrees,
If
baby.
you still having trouble,
The logo, let them know, though. You already know, man. Look for the logo, man. Run us up. And before we get into it, man, I got to run the sponsor real quick, man. GLD, baby. Make sure y'all run them up. Shop Gold. Use the code LOVEAKEEM, LUVAKEEM, no spaces. Get you some discounts on some drip, man. We got the rings. We got the necklaces. We got all that. And when you're doing all that, make sure you run us up too. Follow, like, comment, subscribe, crochet, stitch, all that. You feel me? You already know, man. So yeah, today is a very special episode, man.
Very special.
Got a guest. You already know, man. We about to talk junk. We about to, you know how I go, man. Come on,
Who we got with us, Akeem?
Who we got, man? We got the one and only Mr. Brian, a.k.a. Duck.
Yes, sir.
We're going to pass you. Introduce yourself, man. Y'all, round of applause. Come on now.
Yes, sir. Clap it up one time.
Yeah, my name is Brian Duckson. I'm the owner of the Actors Rehab in Spartanburg, South Carolina.
Yes, sir.
The bird.
Class, school, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that's me.
That's what's up, man. What's your platforms, man? Shout your platforms out if you got socials, Instagram, all that, man. Yeah, all of it.
I'm Brian O'Neal Duckson on Instagram. Same thing on Facebook. You can contact me at theactorsrehab@gmail.com. And there you go.
Say less. So yeah, we got an acting coach / actor / writer. We got a writer, actor, comedian. You can't take nowhere. You got the host, actor. We all about the arts in here, man. You know what I'm saying? I love it. So man, what's your story, man? Did you start out acting or like how long you been acting?
Man, it's over a decade now.
Okay.
I started back in maybe 2010, 11.
Gotcha.
Wow, okay. I did my first production was with Wild Productions in Columbia, South Carolina. The writer director is Tangi Beatty, and we did a couple of shows there, and it kind of just went from there. So I grew up as an athlete, and started acting later on in life.
Okay,
yeah,
that's what's up. What's up, man. So what brought you to acting?
Man, it's crazy. I was playing semi-pro football at the time.
Okay.
And one of my teammates, he's an actor, Will, and William Young, and he asked my brother to do a role in a play. But my brother at the time, he was coaching at I think it was Eau Claire, and he was working also, so he didn't have the time. So he was like, "Well, I can't do it, my brother can." So talked to Will, Tangi called me and we discussed the role, got the role, and it was just history from there.
Wow. Yeah. A vet in the game.
Right. So just fell in love with it after that and just kept doing it. Yeah.
And to be honest with you, man, it's something that I always want to do. When I graduated high school, I went into my major was at Newberry College was communications, mass communications. And when I was in school, I always what I used to tell myself was I didn't have a face for TV. I'm going to do radio, and end up I'm on TV and not on the damn radio. But yeah, so that's how God worked. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it happened.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. So what's your favorite thing you've done so far? I know you've done a lot, so I know it might be hard to pick, but you got any favorites, whether it's something like way back or,
Honestly, it was one of the projects I've done in June. And I don't know if I'm at liberty to say what it is, but I'm not gonna say. But the character was a bartender, and the whole process was, did the audition, had the callback. The audition was in April, callback was in May, and we filmed in June. And on the callback, did it twice, and they was like, okay, cool, just cut loose. Oh, excuse me. So I just went ignorant.
Yeah,
I just went straight ignorant. I'm from a small town called St. Matthews, South Carolina, and I'm country. I am country as chitlins and
I can relate to that.
Cornbread. I'm country.
Okay,
so I just did my thing, man. What I've been doing my entire life. High school, I was a class clown, so it was just like I get paid to be ignorant, It ain't nothing better than that.
That's facts though. Getting a check for doing what you like to do.
Man.
Hey,
yeah, man.
So how did you get into acting coach?
Yeah, facts.
Well, I was studying under Javon Johnson. He's Richard from the Oval for years.
No Javon.
And so we were just going to classes, and then they made it official. Barefruit Conservatory, they made that official. And then Javar's Conway, he was one of the teachers. So Javon was the advanced class that I was taking. Javar's was the intermediate class, and they wanted to bring in me to teach the beginners class.
Okay.
And that was it. And Javon, one thing, especially for him, it's a thing of him wanting to teach people who understand the craft to a point where you can share it. You understand? Okay. So it was just like a natural progression. And so I was there for maybe a year and a half, 2 years. And, I always tell people, because I left and started my own THEACTORSREHAB. And
shout out Actors Rehab.
But it was like I tell people, it was a situation where if I'm a chef and I worked in a world-renowned restaurant for a while, and now I want my own restaurant.
Gotcha.
I got my own recipes.
Yeah,
I got my own way of
techniques.
Doing techniques. Yeah. But I learned, of course, from Javon, and I think that's what any teacher would want, to have students that can go out and grow in that way.
For sure.
Yeah.
So the Actors Rehab, what's the formula? What are you bringing new to the table to the potential students coming to Actors Rehab?
So I've had this conversation with my wife and other people and Javon himself. I felt in the upstate area, I could provide something that was missing in the area.
Okay.
So you have a lot of great teachers there, and they give a lot of information, but sometimes the students don't understand how to apply it. I just was having a conversation with one of my good friends this morning, Xavier Baird. He's been on Atlanta, Step Up, MacGyver. He has a great resume, and we were just talking about how people come and have all of these classes, and then they approach it like regular school. Like we learning these couple of weeks, so I'm going to make sure I pass this test. And they just memorize stuff to get to the next thing instead of learning it. And you can't approach the craft in a way of, I'm just going to pass the next test. Oh no! You gonna have to be living with this stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That's true.
Because that's why they call it the craft. Like a blue collar worker. Say if you were a tradesman, so if you're a welder, you can't just be like, okay, in class we doing this and we doing that. But when you get out there and you got to work on these jobs, it's something totally different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
That's one thing, and just also the rehab part really comes from when you work with actors that's been working, and there's like, man, I can't get over the hump. It's a confidence thing. And it's a thing of understanding, drawing out people's gifts that nobody else has. So understanding what your gifts are, that gives you a certain level of confidence moving in front of the camera, behind the camera, and just in your life, where you don't even worry about what you're great at. Because there's certain things as an actor, even though I've been doing it longer, that you can do right now that I will never be able to do.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but if you don't understand that about yourself, you're just going to go through your life and your career emulating. You know, you're not going to really bring your artistic thing, and the thing that really gets you booked is you. But you've got to understand the craft in a technical way, and also that spiritual and inner way. You know.
Okay. That's dope. I like that. I ain't never really looked at it like that. That's smooth. I like that. That's a good take for sure. Definitely. What's your worst part about teaching people though? You got something that you don't like, or students you don't like? You know, you can call the person and last name. Don't listen to me. Don't. You ain't got to call them out.
The camera's looking directly at me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Look, nah, I'm gonna tell you what's a hard thing. Okay. My class has a lot of emotional work, and it gets heavy sometimes.
Okay.
And carrying that home.
Ooh, yeah.
Carrying that home and carrying that weight with you. Because I had a summer break. This is the first time I had a summer break.
Okay.
And I needed it to recharge, because I'm going in there week in and week out, pouring into people.
Yeah.
And people having some stories that they have. And I'm like, man, people have gone through stuff. Now, I don't make nobody tell their business.
Right.
But you go and you deal with that week in and week out, and you don't have nowhere to release it.
True.
It weighs on you week in and week out. But what that has not forced me to do, what led me to do, is really develop a better prayer life and a relationship with God in a way. If I'm reading and I'm studying every day, and I make that a habit. You know, I do miss days, but I at least read the Bible 5 days out the week at least. I want to do every day, but at least 5 days out of the week I'm reading the Bible. Right. So that was that connection to keep me grounded, and plus I needed this time to really enjoy my family,
right?
And really pour into them more so, in understanding that balance of pouring into your family and your job.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think people, especially actors, they don't know how to turn it off. I work with some people, you know, I direct and write, do my little thing. Come
on now.
They don't know how to. There's one guy, he was brand new. Taught him some techniques, a little techniques I do know. And he went there, I mean, perfect take, but he just couldn't cut it off. He just broke all the way down, ran out, and he was mad. I'm like, man, you got to unplug, man. So how do you get people to unplug from the character as opposed to their real life?
That's a good question.
Personal experience, man. I did this play with Javon Johnson, Javon Johnson. It's called a Crying Shame, a play he wrote.
I saw that.
He's an awesome playwright, man. And a lot of people don't know this about Richard from Tyler Perry's show from the Oval. He's an awesome playwright. Also, it's me, Javon Johnson, Javaris Conaway, Karini Sanchez, who's an awesome actor. Enoch King from Atlanta, probably one of the dopest actors I've ever seen in person. He's been on the last days of Motley, you know, the show Sam Jackson did on Apple TV.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember the last name.
I did the name of it. Yeah.
So I did a character named Calhoun, and I felt it was godsend because I'm from St. Matthews, South Carolina, which is in Calhoun County.
Okay.
And the character's wife's sister name was Corrine. They say Corinne, I say Corrine. And that was my grandma's name. I said, this is my role, you know.
For sure.
So, but the character was so close to me, I thought it was going to be easy. That was one of the heaviest characters I've done.
Really?
Because it was so close to me, it made me face my insecurities, my flaws, all of these things. So, after the show, I carried Calhoun for like a month.
Wow.
And it affected my relationship. And thank God that my wife is an actor. So she kind of understood what was going on. But,
Yeah,
you know, I'd be like, look, nigga, you got to get this.
You still a character right now.
I need you to come on out of this thing. So with that situation, it taught me a lesson where, you know, you hear a lot of people say you take on the character and all of this and you take it in. But you don't understand sometimes what spirits you're taking in also.
Absolutely.
So the terms I use, and some people may not agree, is what can you lend to the character?
Okay.
So you understand what the character is and what things can you lend and what things where you can team up with the character to tell the story. So you're not trying to get to the point of you've lost yourself, because me being a believer, I the more I read, more things is like, I love what I do, but I have to change the mindset behind what I do. So you can't go in and be like, I'm going to take on this, and you taking on all this stuff, and you see so many actors go crazy.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that's true. That is very true.
You know what I mean? And I have a family. I can't afford that for the craft.
Yeah, right. For sure.
I'm before anything, I'm called to be. Now I'm married, a husband and a father. Most importantly, a man of God. This is what I'm called to do.
Yeah,
exactly.
Before even being an actor and a coach, a teacher. So I have to put those priorities in order. So understanding that, and some people may see it as a weakness, but that has been my biggest strength, and taking on that mindset have been having my bookings have increased.
That's good. That's good.
You know, so
booked and blessed.
Right. Hey, that's what just talking about that. Hey, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But it's a thing of, when I tell my students, you got to be careful with this thing. You got to be careful with your feelings. And that's the first thing when you step into my class is understanding who you is. That's my quote I made up. Love what you is and love what you ain't.
I like that. Love what you is, love what you ain't. I like that. I like that.
You gotta do that. And because some people will be so depressed about, I'm not the guy, especially with social media right now.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
I'm not the guy that's out here and I'm working out every day and I'm got 15 LLCs and all those things. You know, I don't have all of this stuff. And,
for sure.
And I'm not an influencer, and I'm not inspiring people, and they, you know, all of this stuff. So if you get caught up in that, you're gonna be lost in this sauce. And this industry is not forgiving.
It's not. It's funny you say that too. No. Yeah, that is not. It is not forgiving at all. I try my little take at the influencer route, and it's just a little bit that I've gotten. It's a lot for real. Like you get caught up in, oh, they got more followers, they making more, they doing this. So yeah, I can relate to that for sure. For sure.
So you gotta, and for you, and for anybody, you have to understand what your purpose is.
Ooh,
that's a big one. That's
audience?
A big one. Word of the day, purpose. Yes,
you have to understand that. So who you may be able to reach. The thing is, and it was me and my wife was having a conversation. I was like, maybe your job is not to reach millions, is to reach the person who's going to affect millions.
Yep.
So
well, that's a bar.
I live by that.
That's a bar.
You don't always have to be the guy,
right?
That people put on a pedestal. Be God's guy. Be God's woman. Whatever.
Right.
Whatever you claim, but you don't have to be the person that's way out there in front to live your purpose, because that's success in the way of, like, there's so many actors that people don't even really know their names, and they work more than your favorite actor.
Yeah, exactly. Facts.
You know what I'm saying? They work more than your favorite actor, and you barely knew who they are. So
that's true though.
That's the thing where you want to be doing what you love and really provide for your family. You want to be famous. And famous is a byproduct of what I want to do. So I understand that'll come, but that's not the purpose of what I do.
And Got you. So would you accept that though, getting to that famous part, or would you want to be a little more like?
Yeah. You know? I mean, because sometimes you can't avoid it. Because
true.
The what's we say? Who much is given, much is required.
Right. Yep.
So if you figure you're gonna go through here and then be like, I'm gonna be able to go to the gas station in some flip flops and a hole in my bike. You ain't gonna be able to do that no more, buddy. You know,
TMZ all day.
He's smoking crack.
I seen him on the side of the street. I'm just going to get some gas. Yeah, they ain't like,
you out there playing with your kids or something, and your kid do something stupid. Now they gonna record you yelling at him like he's abusive.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be more aware of that. So if you like you're not gonna gain something without any kind of sacrifice.
Facts. That's a big fact.
Exactly. That's why I tell the little actors, they ain't little. They're very, very, very talented. But I think a lot of people struggle with, I guess, self-confidence. You know, then they say, I don't know, Jay. I don't know. I'm like, you're dope. I'm like, why can't you see that you're dope? You know what I'm saying? So it's like a constant pull. How do you work on the students that come or the people you interact with about, I guess, that self-confidence before they get into the real craft of or their gift that they have?
So this is the thing, man. And I think that's why the Actors Rehab is so important because of my story. So you have a guy like me. I look like an average everyday Joe. Then you got a guy like a king. That, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I look like an average everyday Joe too, man.
But women ain't responding to me the same way they respond to you, brother. Let's keep this. Let's keep it funky now. You know what I mean? But you'll have a situation where you come in as a person like myself, and you be like, "Dang, the actor's supposed to look like a king, supposed to be built like a king." I don't look like this, but I love what I do, and I know God is calling me to do this. And then you have to deal with people be like, well, they'll tell you what you're gonna be, what you can't do. And then you look at, and especially in our community with film and TV, a lot of our stuff is just, you have a TV show full of just, dang, everybody, you work in a warehouse and everybody fine and in shape.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you work 12 hours a day and y'all get to work out 3. No, you're not doing that, brother. Somebody got a little tummy on him now.
Somebody ugly.
Somebody ugly now. That manager's over there. That's a funny looking dude. You know, but having people come in and be like, it's roles for everybody. And like I was having a conversation with X today, this morning, and I was like, I kind of kin acting to football, where you got a skinny fast guy, it's a job for him. A fat slow guy, it's a job for him. A guy in the in between, it's a job for him. You know, a guy who's just built perfectly, it's a job for him. A guy who can just throw the ball real good and smart, it's a job for him. He can't run
that's
with
true
a
though.
dog
Yeah,
on.
for sure.
He's not really an athlete, but he's a football player. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I kind of akin this to where you can't be like, and I remember even hearing this because, you know, I'm a little older than you fellas. When I was playing high school football, and I was like, at that time, I probably was like 155, 160.
Okay.
And this dude like, you too small to play football. And I'm like, somebody got to be fast, bro.
Right.
Who's going to guard these receivers? I play corner. Who's going to guard these? Not no 265 pound guy.
They're going to get smoked every play. Yeah.
They're going to get torched. You want to just knock people's head off. You ain't touching the game.
Yeah.
So that's how I look at acting. And sometimes you're not understanding what you are and being happy with God, what God made. And that's the thing, to work on the confidence, because I get people who have studied all over, they went all over studying with people and have degrees and things like that. And they don't have the confidence to apply it or even make a mistake in a room where you're supposed to, in a classroom, to make a mistake in.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm just trying something.
True.
You know what I mean? And my motto for a while was like, fuck it, let's do it. I might not even know the lines that good. Let's go ahead and do this thing.
Let's do it. Hey, I like that though. I like that. Hey, I
mean, but you gotta really understand that your lane is not my lane. My lane is not your lane.
True.
You know what I'm saying? I've done a lot of commercial work, and national level, a lot of SAG commercials, a lot of it. And I got other people, and I've done TV shows also. But I have other people who has not done nearly as much, maybe not even one commercial, but they have so many credits on TV.
Wow.
It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So I understand a certain part of my gift is with commercials, man, look, you selling the product, sell you. Go ahead and sell you. If they don't like it, it is what it is, and keep it moving. Don't take it personal. But
true.
Just sell you, and if they want it, and then you figure out your pocket, then you're going to be able to rock. You know what I'm saying? But everybody got to figure their pocket out, man. Your pocket ain't my pocket. There's certain things you ain't going to be as intimidating as me. That's what you're not going to do.
I feel that. I feel that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So, it's just like certain roles. It's like, hey, bro, you ain't built for that.
Yeah, it's like, that's what I do. Yeah, I feel it. Yeah.
If somebody supposed to be a lifeguard and take his shirt off and be swole, my stomach is swole. Now, that's about the only thing. That's the only thing swole now.
So you ain't doing a slow motion walk out there? You ain't on the beach running slow?
No shame in
hey, see, that's all that matters.
My wife go to the beach, my shirt coming off.
Hey, I like that, though. I like that. But that's part of acting. Hey, being confident in acting, that's the biggest thing. Hey, I feel that.
Yeah, but it is what it is.
And that's why I retired.
Come on back, man. Nah, we talked about that. Hey,
you ain't acting no more?
No, I'm writing.
He coming back. Don't listen to that. Don't listen to that, man. He coming back.
You know what I'm saying?
He coming back.
Kind of veered. Where you at, Jay? I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm just
I
like that's
good that you really like the writing and everything too, though.
Chill,
but he coming back. I'm looking at the camera.
What's the camera?
We right here.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So what's the reason why you left it?
That's a good question. Why did I leave?
Yeah. You tell us. Yeah, what's up? Yeah. I always wanted that too.
I just knew that even though I love it, I don't love it as much as writing. You know, it's like comfort to me. I'm comfortable when it's action. Like I'm good. Leading up to it's a whole different story. But when I'm on stage or when I'm good, but writing just come natural. You know, just like I can write no problem. I just say, hey, act this way and do this and add the little techniques. And I'm just sitting back chilling. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no pressure. It is pressure, but I just veered away from it. You know what I'm saying? Just naturally.
Yeah. I mean, I know a successful actor that if he said if I had to choose between writing and acting, and one I could not do, it would be writing. And he's a successful actor, and he was like, and it kind of threw me. This was some years ago. He said it. It kind of threw me, and I'm like, now I really get it.
Yeah,
he was saying that now I really get it because if I love teaching,
right? I
love teaching, but being on set, doing those things, I could still teach on set.
True.
I could still teach.
That's true.
You know, not to necessarily say if I don't have a class, I still can teach. I can do Zoom sessions. I do those too. Private lessons. I help people get ready for roles. I can still do that teaching thing in a different way.
That's
but
facts.
Acting
That's facts.
and getting out there and just doing it.
Yeah.
Just doing it. I love it. I love it. I write too. Writing for me, I have to be like, man, look, when I feel it, I need to go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
I need to go home. Sure. I need to go ahead and bust it out because if I don't,
I
ain't gonna get done. I have ideas for months.
That's still like me. If it's in my mind, I'm like, all right.
Gotta jot it down.
All of it. I leave it there. I come back to it. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that.
I just don't like the pressure. This guy come in, kill it. I got it. Like, you ain't gonna stand. I got it, man. And kill it. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
I get nervous. I start rocking. I'm like,
I'm like that too, though.
You know
sometimes,
man.
I get real nervous. Like, I get more nervous auditioning though than I do.
Everybody say that.
When it's time to when it's time to you do this, it's time action. All right, cool. That audition, well, I'll be in there nervous as a mug. It's so intimate. It's just them and they just watching you when you got to act like everybody is here and there and you got, you know what I'm saying? Like it's, I get. Yeah.
Do you think the most important role for an actor is cadence? I hear that a lot, like your inflection of your voice. Does that sell your lines, or is more to it than just your cadence?
With that, it's tricky because sometimes people rely on that instead of being connected to the material. So you're in there, you're trying to say something, because what happens is you see an actor and you know how he's going to say something. I've been in this doing this thing for a while, studying this thing, and I'll see an actor and watch them through a movie, through a TV show, and I know exactly how they're going to say something. because they're just using the inflections of my voice, and this helps me say this, and this makes you feel this way. You know, so with that, it's important. It's definitely important, but understand how it's connecting to the material. So if you're just making inflections of the voice, you're just acting.
Right.
But if you accompany that with understanding the material and telling the story, it's going to be so impactful. You know,
I like that. I've made that mistake a lot too.
And read the whole script. If you get a script, please.
I made that mistake too.
Read the whole script.
I have made that mistake a lot of times. I've been like, who is this? Yeah, whatever. Where my line's at? Yeah, I've made that mistake a lot of times in the past, but I've also made that mistake, what you were saying too, like just trying to say it like, you know, with different ranges, whatever, not really feeling the actual like script and the scene, you know what I'm saying? The emotions and all that, you know? So yeah, I made that mistake a lot. Like I can even admit that. Like I made it on the last thing that I filmed. I made that mistake and I had to learn from that. So everything is like learning for sure. Like learn as you go. But
you need to go to this class.
Of course I do. And we talked about that too.
Yeah, right there
you know, I need to rehab my skills a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm coming.
So for you, like and like I've seen you audition. And I told you your nerves, because it was like you have a natural delivery about it that I feel you fight. Because just like you said, I'm supposed to say it a certain way. And be like, the way I'm saying it, sometimes that's where you need to start. Sometimes in certain people's journeys, that's where you need to start. How would I say it? Now, we're doing the study, reading the script, breaking down the script. How is this would this character say this in this way? If this character's personality is quiet and meek and mild, and you're gonna be like, you're just gonna get loud and be yelling, and especially if it's not in the directions. Hey man, look, that ain't you. You ain't gonna forgive that character. Back your behind up. And listen to the script, listen to the story. But like I said, for you, and I was like, man, this dude, you probably have a lot of people telling you you're good and you're great and you all this and that, and which you are, but sometimes you, in that sense, you giving them what they want, not what your artistry needs.
Dang,
not what the craft.
That's real.
That is.
Just like, like say for instance, if you auditioning for the difference. Say if I'm auditioning for, y'all remember the show This Is Us? This Is Us, and then you auditioning for Tyler Perry. You could have the same exact lines. So you have the same lines. You're not understanding the tone of the show. You should not audition. Your delivery should not be the same for those shows.
Right.
True.
So you got to understand the tone of the show, understand the tone of what you're doing, because you could have a great audition and don't book the show because your tone is not right for the show. True. So when you reading the script, you understand the tone. That's why reading the entire script is so
important. It is.
Because you understand the tone, because you'll be a character that's outside of the world of the other characters. You know what I mean? You're like,
I like that.
It's good, but this dude don't even fit into this world. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Hey, that's a jam too.
I've never been able to explain that.
It's crazy, right? You're right, because it's a funny story. Like one of the biggest auditions I've had, it was for Spencer in All American. And I did the audition, like to record, and I'm thinking like, okay, he from the hood, he from this part of LA. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be tough, a little like quote unquote bad boy, whatever. I watched the show and I'm just like, yo, he's nothing like what you know what I'm saying? It's like I didn't do enough research on that. I'm just like, dang, he's just a dude from the hood trying to make it out. He's not, really about that life. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I'm over here coming to the audition like I'm doggone easy and straight out of Compton or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like,
what's up, folks?
I'm not even realizing like, bro, he's just trying to make it. He's trying to live his dream, make it to the NFL and whatever. I'm just so like, you saying that, it's like, that hit different for real. It's like, okay, I see exactly what you mean for sure. Like, I need to act this rehab. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey,
rehab.
Shout out to Actors Rehab. I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna have to pull up on you, man. You know, for sure.
Trying to change the culture. Start from home. Well, I'm not from Spartanburg, and just help change the culture the arts culture in the upstate.
Sure.
And it's everywhere. It's not just the upstate, but understanding competition is a funny word. It's a funny word. Sometimes people feel if you're not, it's healthy competition and it's very harmful competition.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So the stuff I would write, I know your stuff. We're not going to write the same stuff.
Right.
So we in two different lanes. And because I get, or you get more love from at a time than me, I shouldn't be going after you.
Right.
I got to beat him. I got to beat him.
Right.
No, I need to go harder on my journey. There's need to be inspiration. Some of the business things and how he advertised and who he got filming his stuff and that kind of stuff. That's the thing I can, like, hey man, help me with this. Because I'm going to do what I'm going to do over here.
Right.
For sure.
We just in a whole different lane right now. You know,
we just
like,
talked about
yeah.
that, bro.
Just
Dang,
said
we
that.
just talked about
because if I'm playing football, he playing basketball, how can I compete with him?
True.
We both playing sports, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm competing with him. So, and I always akin acting to music too. And I was talking about this yesterday had a casting call with Pat Styles yesterday, and I was on the panel, judging and everything. It was a great turnout. And I was talking to them about how Lil Wayne and Elton John.
Yeah.
They are
two
both
of
great.
the biggest.
They're in their own right, and they both are musicians.
Yep.
So why would Elton John be competing with Lil Wayne?
That's true.
That don't even make no sense.
No,
that is very true.
So if you compete with somebody that's not even in your lane, y'all don't even do your style of acting or the things that you book are not the same kind of stuff. You can't even, because everything goes in a cycle.
Right.
If dramas are hot right now and you're one of the actors that have that look and soap opera acting style, if that's what's hot right now, you probably gonna be working.
Yeah.
But if comedies come around and you funny, they might not be working as much as you in the next couple of months.
Yeah.
So
true.
You seeing them being great, doing great booking and all of this stuff, and you be like, hey man, your time coming. And understand, and see, that's the most important thing too. And I think people lose confidence in not really understanding the business of this thing. If you don't understand the business, that beast will ride your whole back off.
Yep.
And that's the thing.
Yeah.
Because I've had auditions. I remember one particular commercial. I've got the right to first refusal. That means you audition, you get the call back, and they be like, hey man, the right to first refusal means like you basically got the job and it may be something else. The same company for this commercial 5 times. I got to the point of like, I'm moving around stuff. So this is the shoot date. So I got to move stuff around. Then be like, oh no, you didn't get it.
Oh, that's wild.
5 times. Ooh. I finally booked it.
Yeah.
Eventually.
That's a lot, no. Yeah.
But, and I'm like, it'd be reasons of, I have a good audition and we got a partner and have another good audition, but whoever my partner is not that great, or they just whatever. And then this other person, and they're like, okay, y'all two don't match as a couple or something. We're going to have to go another direction. So yours was good, and we just going to get the next best person, and because they match better. And it be that.
Something simple.
It be that. You be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe. Hey man, they selling the look.
I can't be no casting.
That's really what it is. It's look. It's that look, man.
And casting, and I casted this short I just did film with Gail Shields. Do you know Gail Shields?
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Gail. Shout out to Gail. Yes.
She's actors that she will take care of your behind as an actor. I'm telling you, she will. Even on short films, will take care of you.
Yeah, Gail's a beast. She's a beast.
And I casted for this last project. and a project you auditioned for.
Yep. I remember that.
Yeah. Remember that. And the thing was, like, your audition was good. Your auditions was great. But matching that up, because you was going to be in the scene with me.
I remember that. Yeah,
matching that up would have been like, all right, I gotta shoot. And I really like your audition. And even
I feel that.
And even auditions. And I eventually casted Karini Sanchez for the role. And I had other auditions. One in particular, that was a great audition. Lord have mercy. She gonna fight me. I can't remember her name right now. She's definitely gonna fight me. Carla.
Carla, what's up, Carla?
Carla Turner had a great audition. And I was like, shit, this is tough.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
Man.
But you have to be able to be like, I gotta match her with this person.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? So, and Karini did an awesome job, man. Karini, man, when I'm telling you, Karini Sanchez is one of the dopest female actors I know, period.
That's dope. That's dope.
She's like that. But great actress. But that casting, man, and people, if you understand that small aspect of it, like sometimes you don't even just match with the person. You'll be like, you won't take those personally because you get a lot of them.
Yeah, for sure. Because
when this strike is over and these auditions start coming in and you might like have 5 or 6 a week, you gonna get 5 or 6 no's.
Yeah.
You might get 5 or 6 no's. You might get 20 no's. And I was fortunate. I remember my second audition with my agency. I booked, and it was a national commercial. Wow. So you talking about residuals?
That's the good part about it. You know,
that's where the money is.
So I'm like, man, I'm about to blow up. This is only my second audition. Shot the commercial. It was a Starbucks commercial. They cut me out of the commercial.
Oh, I'd have been hurt. Well, I would have been hurt.
They do that though.
They do that.
I would have been hurt.
I just did a show, a TV show.
Okay.
On, Fox. I'm not gonna say the show. And went down there, had my lines and everything, and they cut my lines out. It happens.
It does, man.
Cut my lines out, right?
They do.
Then what was the crazy thing? It was other people that was in the scene that had lines.
Yeah.
You could at least see me. This one woman flew out from LA. You didn't even see her.
What?
Like you didn't even see her, and they cut her lines and her out of this thing.
God.
And you got to learn how to eat that though. For real.
You got to eat it.
Yeah, you got to
like
taste good too.
But I when I saw the show, I was like, oh well.
That's how you got to look at it, like that. On to the next.
For the experience, you know. But I booked, and then after that situation, I was like, man, I don't want getting cut out of no commercial again. So I booked a lot. The Sam Adams commercial is a national commercial.
Okay.
And seeing those residuals were a blessing. And then you see me doing 1 day of work, 1 or 2 days of work, and those residuals compared to you seeing these actors that's working for months and the residuals that they get from that, you be like, wait a minute. This right here. This ain't there's something fishy in the water.
This math ain't mathing.
This ain't math at all. So it's a lot of things, and I think especially in upstate, just understanding the business side and the jobs behind the camera.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Sure. And as long as I've done this, I've never met a food stylist. You know what that is? And it was I can't remember his name. His name is Darren or Derek. I can't remember right now. And he's a brother, and that's what he does. I didn't even think about a job like that. You know what I mean? Right. Steamer and he's spraying on olive oil to make it look every take and hot and all this stuff.
Well, you'd be surprised at the stuff they do.
We don't know about in our community, we don't know about these jobs.
Yeah.
We know directors, we know writers, and we know actors.
Yep, that's it.
You don't really know everybody else that makes the ship go.
Yeah.
And
it's
those
a
are
ship.
jobs that we're just not educating ourselves on.
That pay decent.
Yeah. And you rather do that than sit down working at BMW.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Hey, man. Hey.
You know what I'm saying? I've been out there. I've been out there for a while and played football almost 20 years of my life and never had no serious injury and went out there and had to get surgery.
Really?
Yeah.
Good old
and,
BMW.
Oh, man.
And let me tell you, I booked a TV show.
Dang, that's tough.
I booked a TV show, and the day I had to film, it was the day I had to have surgery from that freaking job.
Man.
So needless to say, you probably left.
Oh, I left because the same situation. It was a year I was booking well, and I was like, man, they're gonna fire me because I'm using too many days.
Yeah.
So I booked that same show.
Okay.
Came back around. No, it wasn't that same show. But I did book that show eventually.
Okay.
But another show, Staircase, on HBO Max, I booked that, and it was like, if I would have did the show, I'm gonna get fired. So I was like, Lord, this is just a sign. But if you don't jump now, but you just gonna stay your butt here.
Hey.
You know what I mean? So I took that kick in the butt a little bit, and then we here now. You know,
that's what's up. That's what's up.
That was I worked with Colin Firth in the scene. I think he's Academy Award winner. I think he nominee, 1 out of 2. So that was a good experience to do that. And then let me tell you what happened, man. When I booked it, shot it, came back to work, and the day they basically told me your behind is out the door.
Yeah.
My agent called me like, hey, you booked this commercial. Got another call from a person and said, hey, I want you to do this play. I want you to be a lead in this play for me. You know, and this was the same day that I was basically getting fired.
Got you.
So God was like, I have you from here, boy.
Yeah.
I know this. And when I'm literally went over to the table and then they were like, hey man, you know what time it was. You know what it is. Sign this here,
Yeah.
And then I'm walking back to my job. Then I looked at my emails. I said, what? God dog.
Yeah.
Put my phone back in my pocket. My phone started ringing. I was like, okay. I'm like, bro, if this ain't a sign, if this ain't what you want me to do, you ain't communicating that because it looked like this is what you want me to do.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
For
so
sure.
It's been a journey on that thing, man. You got to.
I see.
It's been a journey, man.
You got to enjoy it. Enjoy the journey for sure.
So, Jonathan, what do you want to do, man?
Well, I write, man. I just
you're right. That's you just gonna write. You just gonna write.
I write for people now. You know, I ain't writing now because of the strike, but I'm blessed to be in certain situations to get my feet wet. I'm just there to learn. You know, I'm not a writer, but it's called an underwriter. So it's like you got the main writer, then you got me. So I storylines, scenarios. If they got a writer's block in their head, I help them out with lines. Do dialogue and stuff like that. So I'm learning. I'm getting paid for it, but I'm really there to learn. You know, learning the back behind the scenes things. That's the main thing. I know a lot of people that do different things, man. And my white counterparts always said, they say, look, just observe. You know what I'm saying? You ain't getting paid what you're supposed to get paid, but you're here to learn. And I'm learning like a mug. You know what I'm saying?
That's good though.
And learn how to apply it to the things I do here. So yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
So how about you?
Man, I want to do a lot, man. Like I love hosting this show. Like I want to host a TV show like Ellen. You know what I'm saying? I want to get to that level. I'm trying to like
big dreams.
Yeah, man. I really want to just like, I really want to enjoy acting and just make that like a career though. You know, I want to get paid doing that because I really do love acting. I know I got a lot to learn, but I want to make that like a full-time job for sure. Like TV, movies, like all that. I really want to just make that a full-time job and just be some kind of like an influencer almost, you know, like just all kind of avenues. It's so much I want to do.
You know that I ain't gonna lie to you. That term makes my butt itch.
Influencer.
It make my butt itch.
I already know.
And the reason is when you find people, when you try to influence and instead of live your life to inspire, when you finding a way to God, like God, what you need, guide me into what avenue and to the people that you want me to affect and that can affect me. That's how real influence happens.
Okay.
But if your goal, because some people are influenced because they're great orators. Like you were watching y'all guys when this thing came on. I'm like, I thought I wanted to do a podcast, but these dudes got a whole other skill set that I need to work on. You know what I mean? You got a whole different skill set, and y'all in there. I'm like, yo, make time for me to rap and be like, man, I'm in this shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's the thing, understanding what you're supposed to do.
Sure.
You know, and people on influence. What are you going to influence them to do? What going on in with your life that you want to inspire somebody to be just like you? Yeah. Can you want somebody to be just like you, or what you want them to see?
My thing with me is more so like when I say influencer, not necessarily like a social media influencer, but like growing up, I was what you call like a quote unquote misfit. You know what I'm saying? So I want to let people know that like me, you know what I'm saying? They like, it's cool to be different, you know, especially like younger black men, especially like, you know, I wasn't the quote unquote stereotypical black guy, and coming from where I was from, if you weren't like that, you know, people look at you a funny way, or say this, say that, maybe like, you know, not even like include you in the like, you know, saying like you're not black, you're not really black, this and that, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to help people, you know, that's going through that to know like, look, you can be different and still be black and still, you know, be confident in who you are. You know what I'm saying? So so I want like young black men to really know like you ain't gotta be a quote unquote thug, bad boy. You ain't gotta be, you know, out here doing this, that. You know, you can do what you want. You can do the arts, you can be a scientist, you can be whatever, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta be the norm, you know? So no, you good.
See, that's me. I'm an encourager. That's what people know me for. I push people, I encourage people. And, you know, what I write helps people. Yeah. You know, some stories I told you, saving people's lives through just what I write.
Yeah, for sure.
And they acted out, man,
that was a deep
you.
one. Yeah,
I said, man, just keep going, man. So I'm going to shout you out. I said, no, you can have it. Cool. You know,
it's like,
it's many people that built you. I'm just a part of the puzzle to get you there. You know what I'm saying?
I like that. Yeah, that's a bar.
And I just thrive off that. That's why I like writing and being behind the scenes and communicating. Because a lot of times when you direct it, they show you a lot of their personal hurt. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, you got to cut that out. Then I talk to you on the side about it. But I just like inspiring people, encouraging people, man, because a lot of people need encouragement that they don't get at the house.
Yeah, for sure.
From their spouse.
We had that convo too.
We had that convo on the job, too. Family, you know what I'm saying?
Sometimes even at church.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, deaconess and bishop.
Yeah. And I love the Lord, and I love church.
For sure.
I'm not churchy, but I'm not churchy by no means.
Yeah.
But that's the thing of me and my wife talk about this a lot. She's a PK.
Okay.
So we talk about how the word is spread. And some people don't even, like, I watch a lot of Christian content. I watch a lot of content, period. But I watch a lot of Christian content, and sometimes I will watch a pastor that is the strictest by the Bible, and another one that's like, hey, bro, I don't know about that down now. Yeah. And then you have this guy who has no charisma, but he's preaching the word, the unfiltered truth.
The real word, for sure. Right? For sure.
And he has no charisma and don't know how to deliver nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna feed you today. Yeah. So I'm gonna take some chicken and boil it in the pot.
Yeah. It's one of them.
And give you dump some green beans out of can with no seasoning.
I know a lot of
and some white rice. And like, here, eat this right here.
That's it. That's your meal.
Like, okay, I'm full,
but
it don't taste good.
Yeah.
I don't want to come back to your restaurant. You know what I mean? But you got somebody. Then you have to have, and I feel it's the balance of making it palatable, but definitely sticking to the word.
For sure.
And that's a hard thing to do at times, because you're not, if you sticking by the word, somebody gonna be mad. And be prepared for that.
Everybody. Can't please everybody.
You just gotta please God. But if your whole ministry is confrontation, you might be delivering the whole truth, but your whole ministry is confrontation.
Yeah, they're gonna fight you in the parking lot.
And if it's all of that, like, hey, man, dang, what you're saying is right.
They're going to hell. I'm like, oh, whoa.
I remember I was looking at, I can't remember what pastor I heard. It was like on on like a podcast or something, and he was like, these pastors talking about people struggling with sexual morality, and struggling with women and stuff, and guys with. And like he said, some of you pastors too ugly to have women to come on to you. So you don't got that pressure. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a thing of if a real attractive guy got a different kind of pressure with women, because men on the average, we don't get women coming on to us like women do.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. You go to the club with him and you be like, "Yeah, girl." They don't walk right past you. You just trying to get his scraps. You know what I'm saying? But it's a different thing. Like even like being married. You have guys that are gonna have a different struggle.
For sure.
Because he's married and he still have women coming on to him in a certain way.
Yep.
And then the enemy will come and attack your marriage in a way. It's like, oh, y'all going through a bad spot. Let me slide this heifer in right here.
Yeah.
Let me insert this heifer.
Insert here.
Yeah. And now you're going to the left. But if you ain't got that particular, because blessings sometimes come with the struggles on the other end of it.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like if you can talk your butt off, even if you ain't that attractive, you still gonna get that situation.
Yeah. True.
You know what I mean? So I had to develop the talking game. You know what I mean?
Hey.
But the thing is too, my wife, she's like, you have to, and me being a teacher and not taking advantage. I'm married. That's my covenant. God and my wife. That's one thing. But not taking advantage of people's vulnerability. Because like sometimes
people do that.
Yeah, because women sometimes don't have men to listen to them. And you got a man that listen to you. Sometimes that thing would turn into oh my gosh, he listens.
Yeah. It'd be something totally different. It's like we just doing a monologue.
Wait a minute. You trying to get me to get kicked out of my own house? No, that's what we're not doing.
Gonna be rehab for real.
Yeah. So it's a thing, man. People have struggles. And going back to what I was saying, people have struggles and understand what their struggles are and minister to that.
Right.
Because it's not a blanket for everybody. Sometimes it is, but minister to that, because what you're struggling with, I'm not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to understand to minister to the struggles of the people that's around you. Like in my class, I have to, I look at it as a form of ministry.
It is.
Okay.
And I'm not no pastor. I don't have people come to class. Oh, you're a pastor? Boy, no. Church folk will make you fight them, and I'm ready for it. I'm ready to fight. But just being able to see where people are damaged, and you show them who can heal it.
For sure.
I can see. I got to pay attention enough to you to see. Oh, you're damaged here. I know somebody who can heal this. This is what you do. Accept what's going on and don't lie to yourself about what's going on with you.
Facts.
Because when you pray, I'm a believer, so I'm not gonna not talk about God.
Oh, I feel it.
And I'm not gonna push him into class, because one thing, you come in and you're not a believer, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. And if
that's good.
The forgiveness and redemption and the love of God, and those people with who's non-believers, sometimes it's easier to get them to understand that, and then get them to now you really got to read the word now to understand what this forgiveness, the sacrifice God made for your forgiveness.
For sure.
Facts.
So you can understand what it is and why you need to be obedient, because what he sacrificed for you, and him creating you from the beginning, so it's a lot of things. But you as an actor coming in, and people have these shields up, and they don't even understand how they even freaking operate.
Right.
And they damage people through their lives along the way. And people like, look, even for you causing all of your problems in your life because something you haven't dealt with, some insecurity. We all guilty of that.
For sure.
And we all struggle with that day-to-day basis. This is this work we do on ourselves is a non-stop thing.
Is that absolutely?
And for me, but the most important thing for me is I want people to leave better people from my class, more so than better actors. Now, I do want you to be, but I just feel that just what I teach and how I teach, I know that's hand in hand because it worked for me.
Of course. Yeah.
So I can teach that. It's hand in hand. But even if you be like, man, well, you come to 1 or 2 of my class, like, man, that guy ain't for me. That's fine. But you ain't gonna be like, man, this dude's crazy as hell. Yeah. This dude don't care about nothing. So, but yeah, man. I felt like I was rambling a little bit, man. But it's cool, man. It's cool, man.
Hey, needless to say, man. Hey, make sure y'all check this class out. Anybody in the upstate, CLT, even CLT, man. It's only CLT and Spartanburg ain't too far. It's like an hour, man. Make sure y'all go to Actors Rehab, man. One time again, man, for this special. Excuse me, the special guest, man, Brian Duckson, aka Duck, man. Make sure y'all run him up, shout him out, follow him on every single thing, and make sure y'all come to class. I'm coming. I know.
Oh, you coming?
I'm coming. We've had this discussion. Hey, we be working on Sundays though. Hey, and then I go film. I told him, hey, look at him.
Don't put me in it.
You in it. Hey, I'm still coming, man. I'm still coming, man.
They got Zoom. They got all kind of technology.
If I do a class for you, I do want to be in person. So I definitely, so like once
we can do Zooms and I can work with you in Zooms.
Okay. Because I know once the series is up, because we do film on Saturdays and Sundays for sure. Like once that's up, man, I definitely want to talk to you and then talk about coming to class.
So what's the series? You already told them about the series? What's the name of
Perceived.
it?
Okay. Perceived. So I'm playing Stacy. No, excuse me, I said Stacy. My wife is Stacy. I'm Aaron, and we're like just kind of going through like just marriage things, you know what I'm saying? Like with family and just, arguments, maybe we've been married a long time and, things ain't working, whatever, without giving away too much.
Gotcha.
It's with Flaming Elephant, they got a company. I'm working with them a little bit. I'm not signed or anything like that, but I'm working with them a little bit, so we doing our thing, man. But then, got my man over here about to be working with him soon too.
Yes, sir.
We're making things happen, man. We always on 10, man.
Always on 10.
One more time for the one time. It's Love Akeem, Shop GLD, baby. GLD. Run us up, all platforms, passing to the Brody.
Hey, this is Mr. O, period, Mr. Sideways, Mr. You can't take him nowhere.
You can't.
You can't take me nowhere.
No.
Hey, follow us on Akeem 704. Akeem and 0704.
Yes, sir.
If it ain't Akeem and 0704, it's 10 degrees. And like I said before,
the logo let them know though. Come on now. You like that. You like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. One more time, shout your socials out, man. Come on, Duck. Everything.
Oh. I was messing with y'all. Brian O'Neal Duckson on Facebook, Brian O'Neal Duckson on Instagram. And you can also contact me at THEACTORSREHAB@gmail.com.
Bet it up, man. You already know what it is, man. Back on 10. See y'all soon.
10.
Peace.
17.